All right, joining us now on the John Fredericks Show, Josh Barrett, running for Congress in Arizona, part of our Disruptors segment. Josh, good to have you with us, man.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Josh, tell me about your District 7 race. Tell me about why you think you're going to win that and why you're going to be disrupting things in Arizona.
Well, the Republican Party has been non-existent in this district for forever, to be honest with you. In 2018, there wasn't a Republican that even ran against Ruben Gallego. And as I looked over things, and I knew what he stood for, with open borders, taking your gun rights away. He supports red flag laws. He supports CARE, which we all know is a direct supporter of Hamas. He openly goes to speak at these events as well. He wants an open border. He fully supports Planned Parenthood and late-term abortion. And when I looked at his district, and in District 7 here in Arizona, the poverty level percentage is the highest of any congressional district in the country. It's also third in the number of children living in poverty, and there's a 32% dropout rate in his district, just high school. So there's a ton of problems. He's been there for his third term now, and I don't see anything getting done. And everybody I've talked to has said the same thing, and that's why I decided that that's the district I want to run in. That's the district I want to flip, and keep this country on the right path, away from socialism.
All right, so you're saying that CD7 in Arizona is neglected by its political leaders in Arizona. You said that under the leadership of Democratic Congressman Ruben Gallego, average annual income for families is the lowest in the country at $30,000. You also said that CD7 is also the most dangerous place to walk in the USA. Tell us, geography-wise, where's CD7 in Arizona for our listeners?
CD7 is primarily all of downtown Phoenix. That wraps around the airport as well out there, if anybody's been into Phoenix. It goes north up the 17 freeway and across over into Glendale, just inside Cardinal Stadium. It also encompasses Tolleson and Levine on the South Phoenix as well. So it's a big, vast area. It's 56% Hispanic. And I think that's something that can be very appealing to people as well, because I'm not your normal Republican. I keep telling people this. When I engage with people, when I engage with the community, I'm getting a great reception from them, and it's looking very positive, and we're going to keep hitting the ground hard.
Well, Josh, you said that there's no Republican Party in the 7th District of Arizona. That's the Phoenix area. I'm in Virginia. We don't have a Republican Party in the whole state. Why don't you move? Yeah. Why don't you move to Virginia? You could take the whole thing over. If you can get three people with you, you'll be a majority.
Yes,
just come to Virginia.
Exactly. No,
But my question is,
here. Go ahead.
My question is, in the Republican Party in your district, right? Do you have a coffee pot that works? Just answer that straight up, yes or no.
I would say.
I
would say no, but I'm forming it. I purposely chose this district to run in, just for the point of reviving the Republican Party in Arizona, which is, has been turning purple. We are a battleground state, and it's very important that one of these Democrat seats out here gets flipped, and I'm the one that plans on flipping it. And I think once people hear the message and hear the compare and contrast with Ruben Gallego, what he stands for and how he's been voting, because he has an atrocious voting record that I can expose. A lot of people, they don't pay attention. When I tell them certain things, like he's an ex-vet, and I tell veterans, he voted to pass a law that was going to take away your gun rights if you had any form of PTSD. He voted for this, and I have proof of it. I have it right here on Congress.gov, and I show them, and they have no idea. And they're like, wow, I thought he was for us. I thought he supported us. And, and he's a typical politician, all rhetoric, no action. He doesn't get anything done. Like you said, his own community. I mean, we have a a pedestrian crossing as the most people killed at in the country. Over 350 people have been killed at this pedestrian walkway before he ever even spoke up about it. So he's out of touch with the community. He's out of touch with his constituents. And, I plan on exposing him for that.
All right, well, let me just ask you this straight up. You chose this district, it seems like, in order to make a statement. You're a Trump supporter. Right now you got polls, fake polls coming out showing that, 60% of people want to impeach him. I would think in your district it's probably, 90%? When you talk to people in your district about the president, what is their reaction about this whole impeachment fiasco?
Well, even the people that I talk to, that tell me, hey, I'm a Democrat, and I tell them, I go, they don't know the facts. They're being misinformed. And when I tell them what's going on, what's happening, they do have a change of mind. I had a few people last week that literally got on right away on their phone and switched from Democrat to Republican. And it's a matter of informing these people of what's really going on, the real truth. And when they find out they've been lied to for years now, honestly, they're mad about it. They get mad about it. And when you talk about Spygate, the fake Steele dossier, all the FISA court fraud, the Ukrainian situation now, the Mueller report,
right.
How Schiff's lying to Pelosi about Zelensky and pressuring Zelensky, and when you point this stuff out and show them, they're blown away. They walk away mad in a positive way for Republicans because now they're being exposed to the truth for once.
So basically, what you're saying is when you tell them what is actually happening and not the lies, then people say, "What you got to be kidding me." Here's like an example. Okay, so just today, the Ukrainian president Zelensky just today comes out with a statement because they're 6 or 7 hours ahead of us, and he said today that his government would happily open an investigation into potential election interference from the Ukraine in the 2016 election. On top of that, Zelensky says, I got no pressure to do anything from Trump or anybody else in the Trump administration, including Giuliani, private citizens, Pompeo. Yeah. He said, I've experienced no pressure to do anything. It's my decision.
Yeah.
And so where's the fake news on that?
Yeah, he says it clear as day. He said it prior to this as well. And when you tell people, there's already been an investigation under the old president back in, I believe, February. This is not new. And we all know we all know the truth. What Biden, Hillary, the DNC, and all them did. They try to fight against Trump, and his administration. And it's all going to get exposed. And I really honestly believe, and I've been saying this, this stuff takes time, but I really believe when all this comes out and all this stuff is exposed, and when Barr comes out with his information, and the D-class, Trump has a lot of stuff he can D-class as well. And, that's what I call it, that's his Trump card. I really believe the Democrat Party is going to be decimated. And there's going to be a handful of Republicans in there as well. They're not, there's a handful of Republicans that aren't innocent as well. And let's just be honest. But it is going to, I believe, going to decimate the Democrat Party. They know this, and that's why they are fighting tooth and nail against everything right now. Like I said, most Americans don't pay attention like we do. And it's up to us and up to me in my district talking to people on a daily basis and explaining what's really going on and giving them the facts.
Well, Josh, that's why I love what you're doing, because you're out there talking to people, telling them what's going on, and your opponent, the Democrat incumbent in this race, Ruben Gallego, he's already gone on the record. He's going to vote for impeachment, for a hearing, and but in his mind, he's in a safe district. I want to vote, right? I want the Democrat. I want Pelosi to hold a vote, and if we're going to go forward with an impeachment, Josh, have an impeachment, right?
Yes, and Gallego's full of it. The last time Representative Green brought this to a vote, just a few days prior to it, back in, I believe, June, right. He was like, I'm impeaching Trump. I'm going to vote to impeach him, impeach 45, and all that. And then 2 days later, he voted against it. Now, he's done that twice now. he panders to his audience. He panders to his Hispanic audience. That's just, they're just misinformed. They listen to him, and that's all they hear. And that's all you hear on Univision and Telemundo and all these other channels here in Phoenix is nonstop lies. And, Gallego, if he really believed that, he would have voted for it. He said there's corruption, right, or obstruction of justice. So why didn't you impeach him for it? Because he knows there's nothing there. We know there's nothing there with this deal as well. I've been saying I double dog dare people and Pelosi to bring it to a vote. I want a full House vote on impeachment, and the Trump administration is doing the same thing. And it's going to put them on record, and that's why they won't do it. Nancy knows it's a death wish for her party.
Well, bring it to a vote. She's not going to bring it to a vote because if she did, only two things can happen for her, both bad. One, she loses the vote, which right now, if she had it on the floor, she'd lose. Second is, if she does win the vote and has to twist some arms, there's no way they maintain the majority in 2020. So she'll either lose the vote or lose the gavel. Neither of them are good for her. That's why you're not going to see her do anything. But, Josh, I love what you're doing. People want more information, go to barnettforaz.com. That's barnettforaz.com. Josh, I'm glad you're in the race. I'm glad you're taking the fight right to them. And your district is 50% Hispanic.
Yes.
I had a Hispanic leader on the other day, Alfredo Ortiz of the Job Creators Network. He's been around a long time. And he predicted that Trump was going to get 40% of the Hispanic vote in 2020. If he does that in your district and you get 40%, you're going to pull the upset.
Yeah, I'm fully confident that we are going to flip this seat with the people that I've spoken with and the people that I've reached out to. And like I said, it's a matter of informing my constituents there about what's really going on. When they find out and when they really look at their values, these people are conservatives. When they really look at their values, they're conservatives. They've been brainwashed their entire lives to vote Democrat. And we are, again, pushing that walkaway movement like everywhere else across the country to expose the truth and what's really going on.
Josh, keep up the good fight. More information, go to Barnett, 2 T's, 1 N, 4AZ.com. Josh, thanks for being with us. Good luck.
Thank you for having me.